Test 1 2. Happy 2020. I think I'm live. I'm alive. But I think I'm live now streaming. Just wanted to get a little bit of a jump on my time in case something wasn't set up right, because as you all who have stuck with me know, it's been a while. I got a man bat drawing here sketched out that I'm going to be inking. And I'm just looking for, hey, Joe, there you go. All right. How's the sound, Joe? I have a Blue Yeti mic that's hanging down. It's very sensitive. I mean, you can hear it. I took the clock off the wall because you can hear it ticking, literally. Hey, Mike. Okay, sounds good. Thanks for that. Ray Dog, what's up? Hey, people are coming in now. Okay. Can't hear anything other than my voice. Okay. I had a wall clock, and believe it or not, you can actually hear the little tick, tick, tick. And Ron and I had done a couple of tests with this microphone, new microphone. I'm using StreamYard, which I'm sure some of you have seen. So hope the quality comes across well. It's just kind of a new setup. I need to maybe adjust this table a little bit. The mic is actually hanging down on a shock mount, but yeah, I mean, I was looking. I'm talking at it directly now. It's hanging down about 18 inches in front of me. Now, I will be looking down and talking, but we'll see. Yeah, it is a great mic when you have it is also. So I have to kind of fiddle with the settings, and over time I'll get it dialed in as to. And also Ron and I, we've painted in my office, got a lot of junk out. So you may even notice a slight echo because I don't have as much stuff in here as I did before. Basically, I'm setting up so I can broadcast from this view, like a drawing view. Bullet Heads, if I remember correctly, your name was also Ken. How are you doing? Good morning. Happy New Year. Okay, so this is working. I just wanted to check this is my first time using the paid version of StreamYard, which allows me to do these little overlays here, like the one down in the bottom of my logo design. Going to go back to the YouTube page. Okay, that's getting kind of, might just be me. Looks a little pixelated. I move my hand across. All right, glad I remembered that, Ken. Welcome to everybody who's beginning to filter in. I will start inking this in a couple seconds or so. Just want to kind of get situated, get used to being back behind the mic and camera. No, Mike, I see the video issues too. It's very, very blurry. Man, I'll tell you what. I don't know if it's because it's filtered through YouTube. And I am on Wi-Fi here. Yeah, Joe says it's pixelated too. That's going to be a problem. That was the plastic bottle of water I'm drinking. That loud cracking noise. Better put that down. Wow, that's depressing because when I look at the StreamYard preview, it's crystal clear. When I go to my YouTube channel, it's pixelized. Well, let's see. Trying to think of a solution real quick. Shut my YouTube stream. Let me because that's taking resources. Okay, I got that. Now the only thing I have open is the StreamYard. I'm kind of backstage. I got to get used to saying StreamYard. That mallard duck, I keep wanting to say yard birds or stream bird or whatever. Eventually, I hope it just won't have to say it. I'm only saying it now because it's a very easy option to set up. I tried to do a little OBS and you have to keep the same computer, and I do have my laptop here, but I'm going to be setting up a new computer, and I kind of want something. This is browser based, so I set it up once, it's good to go. So I got a little thing of show notes, and I'm waiting for any more comments to come in. I don't know now, since I closed my channel. Maybe I'll open that back up. If because I actually, when I was on YouTube, I did see it start buffering, and I'm having it. It's a slow load for me to go. Yeah. Okay, finally. By the way, thanks for bearing with me through this. All right, let's see what the preview I'm going to get looks like now. Still very pixelized. Hey, I got one thumbs up. Thank you, whoever did that. Can somebody please tell me? Not this person. I don't know who it is. Let me mute my mic real quick. Yeah. Let's see. I just got an email from YouTube. That's kind of weird. I've never got that before. Oh, okay. So it's going to notify me. I guess YouTube's going to notify me now when my channel goes live. Okay. That's fine. And that was just a junk call I got. So let me go ahead and block that. I figured it was, but you never know. Okay, so let me check the again real quick. Yeah, that was a hey, Dr. Kaz, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Um, I think I'm having some distortion in the. It had cleared up there for a second. Happy New Year, Dr. Kaz, and seventh day in. So my son is now 7 years old in a month. Wow. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and start, and I'm going to shut YouTube down again. Um, and uh, hopefully, worst case scenario, whatever the word is. Worst case scenario. That doesn't sound right. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is it'll be very pixelated, but I'll still be able to talk. Big deal, right? And maybe on the replay it'll be cleaner. All right, so glad to see so many people back in the room. I have missed streaming. Got very busy with conventions last year. I did a total of 21, which was the most I've ever done. And Mike Zeck did more. He did 31. He did 10 more. He did 21 at the beginning of the year. His 21st show before he had a 2-week break was the show that Dr. Kaz was at, the Atlanta Comic Con. So quite a quite a stretch of shows. No, Mike, I would have to invite, and I can only put 6 people in the staging area of this. So this is why I didn't buy the year. Of StreamYard. I only bought in for month to month because of something like this. If I bought a year and this was the output quality, well, it should actually be better. I know that I'm going to say it's my connection. In fact, I kind of even, yeah, I got to apologize. I thought I'm going to probably have to find the longest Ethernet cable to run so I can directly connect my laptop. So that the quality will not be pixelated. And I would probably need about where I'm sitting from where my actual I don't know what you would call it, with maybe my drop or whatever. I'm gonna need like a 20-foot cord. I don't think they make an Ethernet cord that's 20 foot long. That would be kind of insane. So this is Man Bat, and my buddy who runs the Daytona show, Tom Ropp, and the DeLand show, which is coming up this Sunday, January 12th, and I'll be a guest at that. He's the one that commissioned the Man Bat. And as far as, Kelly Jones and I did a really nice, with Doug Minch writing, of course. Kelly and I did a really cool 3-part Batman story with Doug during our Batman run. So, but this is the first time that I can remember that I've actually drawn him myself. Mm-hmm. Oh, really, Mike? That's good to know. I didn't know that. I will definitely. I wonder if someone like Office Depot would have that, or I have to go someplace else. I mean, if it's just an Ethernet cable, I would think they would, be able to handle that. Because I plan on doing a stream. I have a Thanos planned for Thursday. Just to give everyone a heads up. A few things I have planned for this are 2 live streams a week. My convention schedule will probably not be as busy. So I wish I could do every day. I can't promise that. That was fun last year when I was Monday through Friday for a while there. Had a real nice rhythm going. Enjoyed it immensely. But once those conventions kicked in, that slowed me down on everything but doing conventions. Got to meet the wonderful Dr. Kaz and got a nice adjustment every day in Atlanta. Wonderful. Fun guy. Really had a good time. So blocking in some highlight areas. I kind of tried to draw this a little bit. I don't want to say tighter because it's really loose, but I wanted to draw it with some of the shadows indicated so that you all could kind of see where it was going. Um, Joe, I've heard that's the Grand Rapids show is a nice little show. Speaking of shows, I need to give a shout out to the Warner Robins Comic Con, which just had me out this past Sunday, the 5th. I was there. I flew in. It's outside of, it's actually close to Macon, Georgia. I flew in on the 4th and did the show and got home on the 5th. I can't do that very often because of the Daytona airport being so small. But it's a nice little show. Met a few people. Sat next to Joseph Lisner. Ray Snyder was there. I talked to him briefly. Tracy Yardley, a guy who has done Sonic the Hedgehog like forever, was sitting on the other side of me. Writer, publisher, editor Joe Pruitt was there. And a bunch of really nice fans. And I met Matt from the YouTube channel, The Comic Hall. And I will try to remember to at least link Matt in the show description later after I'm done. It's not in there now, and you can click over and see what he's about. We talked. I plan on being on his show sometime in the near future, which those of you that follow me on Twitter may have noticed my tweet the other day. I think it was when I was coming home that I want to do like a podcast or YouTube for somebody else, want to be on their channel, either doing an interview or just having a topic to speak on. So if you know any podcasters, if you're a podcaster, YouTube creator, and you'd like to have me on, just shoot me an email. And I'm saying one a month, but I can probably do more. So 12 is the goal. If we beat the goal, that's fine too. AG, how you doing? Good morning and Happy New Year. Hey, Sean, good morning to you and Happy New Year. I'm just catching up some stuff now, and if anybody wants to, I don't have YouTube open anymore. Can you all let me know, has the quality gotten any better? Is it not as pixelized? Hopefully, I don't know. I'm a bit disappointed in that, but I know they do say, even when it was kind of onboarding me to transfer it, it did mention that, and you get that prompt every time they know you're on Wi-Fi. They mentioned that, the cable connect and Ethernet connection is much better for live streaming. Although it never really affected the Google Hangout live streams that much. I know I had occasional problems with it, and this may just be for this morning, hopefully. We'll see what happens on Thursday, but I am going to look into finding that longer cable. Maybe I need 30 feet to have a few extra feet to play around with. So I got cables all over here now. Let's see. AG says it looks fine here, but my connection isn't the greatest right now. And Mike Airing says it goes in and out. Yeah, it's always a problem. Like I said, I don't know. I know me being on Wi-Fi is part of the problem. Dr. Kaz, I think you can appreciate the wide open mouth here on Man-Bat. Gave him a nice big screaming so you could see his fangs. Because what good is Man-Bat without seeing his fangs? But you are right, Dr. Kaz. Putting a little bit of emotion or a different expression on the characters is very, very good. I don't do that all the time, and I'm trying to be a little more conscious of it. And I might add, you've heard it a million times. If y'all haven't given this a like yet, thumbs up. That sure would help me get back into the swing. Seeing the appreciation goes a long way. So I do appreciate all the likes. Wonder if Mike Cross will be coming in anytime soon. Yeah, Sean. I figured I would put the logo there. I might move it up top here eventually. But I just thought that might be the best place for it. Except if I want to do like this, if I want to show your comment, it kind of blocks it, but only for a second. And then, AG. That's kind of a cool little feature. I like that. There'll be some times that I'm going to do like a AMA, which Ask Me Anything streams, and I'll be sitting at my other desk and I'll be able to put those. I'll be able to pop those up as I answer them, so that somebody that might come in, and maybe the chats already went past that. I'm still answering that question or whatever. They'll have a reference as to what I'm talking about. So I still haven't figured out all the YouTube stuff, but all the FTC stuff. But I just figured mark all my content not for kids, and that, as far as I know, it doesn't guarantee anything. But as far as I know, and as long as I hope, that fine's pretty steep. It'll be interesting to see the recording of this, because I'm imagining it should be crystal clear, or it's because this is being recorded and it'll be uploaded. So hey David, how you doing? Mike Cross, Happy New Year. Just talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. There you go. Little hand jive for you. Man, that's an old joke, isn't it? Oh, that guy was the best. I say slyly. No pun intended to Craig Zablo. It's burning. David, a bottle of ink, it really depends on the brand of the ink, and how big a bottle you buy. But I'm just going to give you a rough estimate of a 1 ounce bottle of a decent ink is going to be anywhere from $8 to $9, maybe up to 10. And that's through Blick. That's like a discounted price. And how much ink do I go through? That's a good question. It's not as much as you would think. Sometimes less, sometimes more. I don't know. So I'm going to do a quick check, because it seems like Let's see if I can trust StreamYard here. It looks like I got 10 viewers. Okay, that went back pretty good here. Okay. Gonna check my own channel out. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. It does seem to have cleared up. So maybe my connection, maybe my connection now is a little bit more solid. Yeah, okay. I can deal with that. That looks okay. What I'm seeing on my side, on YouTube rather, not even in the back, it looks fine. Now I can ask. It's the person that you may see in the chat room, Genome Presents. He has his own channel, and I'm going to be doing an interview with him probably next week. I don't know when it will air, but it's been in the works since the end of last year. Sometime he contacted me, and I wasn't set up to really do anything. But now that Ron and I have, especially Ron, he got busy really painting. We moved a bunch of stuff around, threw a ton of stuff out. And I feel like I'm at a point where it's as good as it's going to get right now. We still need to do a few things, but that's got to wait. So time to jump back in. And so basically I was going to say, that's David. That's who I'm talking to when I say David. I was going to ask him, how does my mic sound to you, David? And I know you have a Blue or a Yeti, Blue Yeti, whatever. You have a Yeti camera too, or camera mic also. And if it's not sounding right, maybe you can give me tips on adjustments. I do have it so it's only supposed to pick up me. Not everything surrounding, but sometimes the sensitivity of this thing. I've got the gain, I think, turned all the way down. So if you have any input on that, put it in the chat room there so I can see. Haha. And let's see, I am going to go back to my YouTube real quick. It's one thing I'd heard I haven't seen anybody post in the chat room for a while, so uh, yeah, there. Okay. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. What's up, Mike Miller? How you doing? uh, it's about 18 inches away from. I'm looking at it right now, so I'd say about 18 inches away from me. I don't have the pop filter on it, which might soften it a bit. Hello, let's see. Is that Serena Sketches? How are you? Mike, glad to know you're doing well. Thanks for dropping in. It's been a while since I've been on YouTube, bro. Now I'm actually watching the YouTube stream of what I'm doing because it seems like the chat messages, as I was told, come in a bit slow on StreamYard. Hey, Don, how are you? Happy New Year and hello. Thanks for joining. Glad to see everybody coming back. Welcome. Makes me feel good to know that I was gone but not forgotten. So I'm glad to see so many familiar names. And I actually I got to meet quite a few people last year uh, who had watched the stream and make friends with them. Well, at least meet them at a show and shake their hands and pick their brains, and it's a lot of fun. So I spent about the first 15 minutes of this cast just meandering. Trying to make sure the setup was good to go. It appears it's somewhat functional. Few minor glitches along the way. Ron, I think we need to find about I'm guessing 30 feet Ethernet cable so that I can hardwire my laptop in. So I don't have that Wi-Fi problem of pixelization like I had at the start. Ron's coming back by this Saturday, and we're going to do another round of building this studio out to I'm actually going to have about three areas to live stream from. This will be like an art area. I have an area in front of me which has a bookcase and stuff, and it's got another desk. That'll be more of an interview type setting, or someone wants to interview me, or I'm on someone else's stream and not drawing, I'll sit there. And then over to my right where I'm sitting now, Ron and I are thinking of building out like a lounge thing. Not quite a lounge, but a sitting area. A couple of easy chairs. Maybe if we find one cheap enough, maybe a little sofa where two people could sit, and we'll be able to maybe do some streaming there if it's just pretty much all talking. Which that's something I think we're looking at, is doing a kind of a chit chat pop culture show. Don't really have a name for it or anything yet, but how about chit chat pop culture? That's lame. But yeah, so I'm working with about 350 square feet here. So it's not, we're figuring it out as we go along, and so far it's working out pretty good. Even this area that I'm in now will have a not just for drawing, it'll also be able to, if I want to change up from having a bookcase behind me. We got some ideas for it. Some beautification coming to the John Beatty Art Studio. The walls are already nice and painted, so got new carpet down. Very happy with that. And want to give a big thank you to Ron for all the help on the painting and the organization of getting a bunch of junk out of here with me. And doing it in an efficient manner. Not like stopping every 5 seconds to go like, hey, what's this? No names, just saying. Zablo. Hey, I'll come down and help, and then he wants to go through what I'm throwing out for his own collection. And I'm like, I ain't got time for that. Yeah, David. Well, this is not the upgraded. This is the paid-for version of StreamYard. So you can do, this is actually not just, well, their default logo, that mallard head, you can default your logo up there. And it's like 150 by 150 pixels, which is fine, but it stays up in the upper right hand corner. And so what I did was I made an overlay. Now they don't suggest the size I use, but it's proportional. So I used a 1920 by 1080, and then I put my logo in the corner, and I just uploaded that as an overlay with the transparent ping file. So that's how I got my logo over there. And I think it looks nice. It might move around a little bit as far as, you know, I might change the placement of it, but it looks like YouTube froze on me. Yep, there we go. You're right, Ron. And let's see. Yeah, Don, I'm happy to be back streaming, and it's going to be more of a regular event. I know it's not going to be as regular as it was last year at the beginning, but I'm going to do 2 live streams a week. With my son in school, my wife went back to work last year. I think you all remember that. That didn't happen right away. It was into January, beginning of February sometime, and that kind of threw my streaming off because I'm the driver in the house. So, and then when convention started, that pretty much took away the time and the energy for streaming. But I have a few ideas for recorded streams that I need to get on, so that even if it's not a live stream, there will be content that can be uploaded. I have another idea for a paid version of what you're watching now, although it would be a little more in depth. Actually, I have a couple ideas, but that's all they're just ideas right now. When they get closer to reality, I'll be sure to, more details will follow. And then if you're interested in something like that, then that would kind of be behind it would almost be like doing Patreon or Patreon, however they say it, but I'm not a big fan of their format. So I'm trying to look at alternative ways to kind of use their model and be in a little more control of it myself. So I'm kind of close, kind of know what I'm going to do, and kind of don't. So, all right. Time to get out a bigger brush, I believe. You can probably actually hear that brush being rinsed because the microphone now is so sensitive. Let's see. AG, I missed something about You'll see you said and sign a bunch of books and a couple of artist editions. Let me. Oh yeah, the gang is all here. It is like a convention. I got you. Hey, 15 people watching. Thank you everybody for joining me today. Next stream will be Thursday, probably. I'm guessing around the same time, 10 o'clock, a little after 10. Excuse me. Still got a little bit of a nagging cough. Just a touch, though. Not nearly as bad as it was a while back. I'll tell you, it was very odd having my first convention on January 5th. That's got to be the earliest one I believe I've ever done into a new year. And as I mentioned earlier, but for those of you who weren't here, there's a little show in DeLand by the person I'm actually doing this drawing for, who commissioned it from me, Tom Ropp, buddy of mine, DeLand, Florida. It's about 20-30 minutes away from here, and that'll be this Sunday. Now, when I do that little show, that's usually the first one of the year. And it's just a one-day show. But it's fun, and it's for a friend, so it's all good. So let's see. I'm looking at my show notes, and I talked about the Warner Robins Comic Con on the 5th. I talked about me doing YouTube Live twice a week, as you know, as time will allow. There might be those weeks where something comes up and I can't. I have a second YouTube channel, which I don't know exactly. Well, I don't have it yet, but I mean, I've been thinking about it. Excuse me. And I don't quite know how I am going to address that. I don't know if I should keep it all under one roof or start a second channel. It still involves doing art. But it's more on an instructional. It's basically let a little cat out of the bag. It's about inking, of course, and tips on inking. So that's why I say I could probably do it here, but long term, if it works out, it might be better to have its own channel. So those of you who are interested in inking would definitely probably like it. I like it, subscribe to it. Those of you who aren't into that type of thing probably wouldn't. You'd be better off just, I mean, you could subscribe, that's fine. But you may not, it may not be up your alley, like something like this. So that's just a little teaser, and like I said, that could be a little bit in the future, because I've still got stuff I thought I was going to get done in December, but with my son being out of school and the holidays falling in the middle of the week, I don't know if that affects any of you all, but boy, messes me up big time. Pretty odd the way they fell this year. Right on a Wednesday. Not the best time for me. Oh well. We made the best of it. Okay. All right, moving into another brush. Seems complicated, doesn't it? Ah, inside of his mouth. I wanted to time to, let's see if I can get enough ink still on my, yeah, that'll work. Don't want to leave that big white place here in his mouth. That's not what I was intending. There we go. That's what I need. All right. Rinse the brush again. Excuse me. If Mike Cross is still watching, I'm using a little hand sanitizer because I got some ink in my hand and this takes it off pretty well. Okay, AG. Can you smell that alcohol in there? And does this got aloe? Let's see. No, but it gave me 20% more. Uh-oh. It expired in 2017. Time for some new hand sanitizer. So, let's get a little bit of the pencil lines out of here. Got some black areas to fill in, and you know what? I have no white that I can get to easily. So splatter. Splatter will come. Because luckily I have a Posh, I think it's Posh paint marker that I saw in a video that my friend Ron there in the room took of Matteo Scalera. That's right, 20% more inking, and it may David, I don't think I'm gonna do any ink wash on this one. But I've been known to change my mind, as many people that followed my streams before know I might start going one direction and change and go the other. But I think if I was going to do that, I would have planned this drawing a little bit different. It's pretty dark as it is, so I'm thinking that wash tones are not really going to be needed. But thanks for participating and also asking a question. That helps the stream when people inquire or ask questions. Lets me answer them, for one, and keeps me on my toes, so to speak. I don't know if y'all can hear that noise outside. I know when Ron and I were doing a test, it was a weekend. Maybe not. But during the holidays, so no one was in the building, I think, but me. So it was very quiet, and there was a lot of echoing, and Ron even heard something, and he said, "What was that?" And it was actually a motorcycle going by outside, and I'm not even that close to an outside window. I kind of am, but not enough that you would really think that it could be heard. But it was. So hour and 12 minutes. Seems like hour and a half is about my normal. I have had longer. Yes, it's true. But hey, I have a good time. I enjoy the chat. The company helps me get these done. I tried to, there's a music service. I tried to get my 30-day free. Let me try that again. I tried to get my 30-day free trial so I could have a little background music playing, which is nice for me so that I can hear something. But it kept giving me a oops page, and so I finally wrote the support and said, "Hey, why am I getting this? I've tried it 3 times." So I'll see what they got to say. Doesn't look like it was a problem on my part. I don't think I had their 30-day free trial, and I didn't. I was just going to play it on my other computer and just let the sound kind of drift over. I don't know if I can do that or not, though. That's the kind of bad part, but anyway. All right, so that's looking like Man-Bat. Almost completed. Get this a little more hairy looking. That didn't sound good, but Ron and I will probably laugh about that later. Oh, yeah? Let's see, David. I have to shut off my fish tank filter when I stream or record. The Yeti picks up the hum. Thanks, Don. I'm just going to let that black dry. For these might go in my store later. These are 9x12s. These are drawings I did during downtime at the. Actually, this one I did last year during Minneapolis and Louisville. The last two shows I did, I had a little bit of downtime at my table, so I was just messing around. Half Spider-Man web, half symbiote Spider-Man. Down here you can see the break in the spider design. Put some nice webbing behind it. And then this one I just did. This is the first drawing I did, maybe the first drawing I did of this year. I did this one, and I did use some red paint splatter on this Batman drawing. I did this at the show that I was just at, the Warner Robins comic show. So these are available if anybody is interested. They haven't been scanned or put into my store yet, but eventually they will make it there. Asking price on either one of those is $100. Postage paid on those. I'm going to go ahead and give a deal on them, just because. All right, I'm gonna go over and get. I gotta actually start a new white pen because I didn't have a white one out ready for splatter. Well, it's not so much the Adam West logo. It's just typical Batman logo. You know, the no circle around it. I kind of enjoy it without the yellow circle. Just a bad logo, really. Let's see now. I have to get this thing going. Pashka, I guess. Let's see. You shake it up, and you really juice it up, and it starts writing, and cap it. Let's see if I can't get this working. Thanks, Joe. Yeah, the Spidey's he's fun. And let's see, while I'm doing this, I also wanted to mention, I don't know if you guys have seen this dude or not, but I love him. His name is Ethan Becker, and he's really a good artist. I don't know much about him except that he cracks me up. His approach to critiquing other artists' work is hysterical. So I will also try to link to his YouTube channel in the description. But it's really funny. I was watching some of his earlier ones, and he wasn't quite the sarcastic, witty character that he plays in his more current YouTube videos. And it's like every video he always talks about, I'm getting off YouTube. I'm never getting back on. So this is the last one. So, take this information because it's the last I'm giving you. And it's really interesting because he goes through and he does this kind of a faux critique of people, but he puts in like this really good knowledge type stuff at the same time. So he's very sarcastic, he's very humorous, and he slips into this character. I mean, he really plays it well. It's a great job. I really like what he's doing. It's really entertaining. I have a lot of fun watching his YouTube channel. So I just wanted to pass that on, give him a shout out. So Ethan Becker, I love your work, man. You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Very entertaining. Let's see if we're going to get some, pump this up. This is like, am I in the shot here? Let me go back to the air. Okay, now I can see real time. Yep, got to pump this tip up. And then I think I need to, nothing yet. And the weird thing is, in Ron's video of Mateo doing this, I tried it just with my finger. You got to really hit this with like another pin hard to get the splatter to work. It won't work if you just, even if you get this tip juicy. Okay, now I'm getting, I don't want to really write on this, but now I'm getting white paint out. So you're going to see, I'm going to use a Sharpie over here next to me. Let's see. Don't quite know how this is going to, I know. This is, I almost forgot how I did this. I always took this piece of tape and rolled it. Let's see. Yeah, that might be a little high. Let me come on down. Let me pump this back up some more and get it real juicy, or as juicy as I can. And then this is how we're going to go. It's a very fine right now. All right, let's see if I get a few. Whoa, that knocked the cap off of my Sharpie. And it rolled somewhere I can't find it. Murphy's Law, right? Okay. Let's see where that went. I'm telling you, folks, this is entertainment. Well, that cap is gone. I am on the floor looking for it, and I can't find it. So, time to grab another one. I'm sure it will. I'm sure that cap will show up as soon as I'm done here. Let's see. Let's shake this bad boy up again. Yes, it is. It is, David. All right. I'm going to use it this way this time. Man, I'm not getting the amount out of there that I thought I would. Interesting. But that's okay. Man Bat doesn't need to be. I'll have my whiteout ready for Thanos because I'm going to have to do a nice background of stars. And I really want to throw some ink on that. So I think for Man Bat, this is going to be good. Let me keep that pen upright. So I believe that is going to do it. I appreciate the turnout today on such short notice and such a long time off. Like I said, I am shooting for twice a week. If I can up that volume, I definitely will. I got stuff I need to catch up on. The Patreon type idea that I have would allow, basically it'd be like a studio pass. So there's certain things that when I work on them, I kind of need silence. So just since there's people in here and there was a interest of people watching, just curious, trying to you can leave a comment in the comment section if you're watching this later. Would anyone be interested in like a monthly nominal fee, maybe $9.99 or something, where whenever I'm in the studio, whatever I'm working on, and some of the stuff is fairly boring and I wouldn't have time to really chat, but I could still stream it. From thumbnail sketches, layouts, to me penciling, all the way to finish inking. I need to really concentrate. But if I'm doing like an hour and a half or 2 hours straight before breaking, that's kind of what I'm thinking of with the studio pass. And like I said, that would be like, whenever I'm working, camera would come on, and you would be privy as a member to that content. It would be behind like a paywall type thing. And it would be like a monthly, a recurring monthly fee. So kind of like the Patreon deal. The only thing is I wouldn't be able to talk while I'm working like I do on these, because I probably would need more concentration. But with the studio pass, I would offer a 30 minute to 60 minute hour call with everybody that's involved in the studio pass membership. I would pick a day of the week and a time, and it would just be, like, if you have any questions, now's the time to ask them. I might talk about what I'm working on, what I have worked on, review something, open it to questions. So it would be, a little more on Beatty in your life if you need that. So if you're interested in that, just say something in the comments, and I'm trying to make it happen. To do it, I would probably, to make it. That's why I really don't want to do Patreon, because if you get one person, you're committed to doing it. I would need 5-10 people to make that kind of, worthwhile, to do the whole setup. And like I said, when I'm working, I wouldn't be able to chat. It would that's why I'm looking into a music service, so that you all would at least have a little background music. If you don't like the music I'm playing, you can put your own on, but you would have hey, every 10 minutes or so you can check on my progress. So anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. I want to say thanks again. Let me see. Mike Herring says, oh, thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Yeah, that that Punisher on that sketch cover turned out really nice, and thanks for allowing me to bring that back here to the studio to work on it. That's kind of always a good move in a sense. It allows me a little bit more time, and I think I did that with, it was 3 or 4 pieces that got handled that way, only because of the volume Mike and I did at Baltimore. He could only get them drawn. There was no, and he could, just barely make the penciling on Sunday to hand over to me to take home. And then we had the last 2 shows in November. So thanks again on that. So again, I want to thank everybody. And let's see, the 9th, January 9th, around 10 a.m. Eastern time, maybe 10:15. Depends on, what's going on in my life. I'll do another little, I'll put it up so you'll know about when to expect it. And I'll be doing Thanos. So hope you all have a good day and a rest of the week until then. And if you like this, tell your friends about it. If you have any friends that are into watching people work, let them know and spread the word. I need to grow the channel this year. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Don. And I am going to be out for now. I appreciate you all very much. Have a good one.